Hey there, good evening or good morning, based on how you look at it. It is 3:07 in the morning here, Pacific Standard Time, and I am David with Tarot and Astrology for All, bringing you the weekly reading for Cancer. Now, Cancer, one of the things that I see for you is the sign of Gemini. So, Gemini is something important. That's your 12th house. Now, you might not be feeling like the sun is shining right now. You might be feeling like you're trapped, like you cannot express yourself. You might be feeling like the world is ugly, and you might be communicating that message either in the way that you feel, the way that you talk, maybe even the way that you think, and people can feel that energy. So, um, they might be feeling impatience from you, and what's left. People wanting to stay away from you. That's basically what happens, Cancer. People want to stay away from you, and they don't want to interact with you. But I feel that what you can do, instead of showing that negative side, what can be possible is showing the positive side and expressing that assertiveness that I know you can express. You guys are the sign of Cancer, but you guys have the opposing energy of Capricorn, which is somebody who is a leader and a delegator and an organizer. Now, Cancer, I will say this: a lot of you guys, I feel, have your life out of balance, or maybe a lot of you guys had your lives out of balance, and now it's necessary to bring that back into balance. Your little Cancer fishies that are swimming around, they've kind of gone off the deep end, so to speak. But it's okay, Cancer. That's why I'm here. I'm here to offer that helpful advice that allows you to be able to get through and get forward and get moving. Yes. Starfish. I feel like a lot of you guys have been focusing in on just the superficial aspects of life, not really reading in between the lines, and not really questioning things. I feel like a lot of you guys have been blind to things that are going on in your present, the deeper things that have been going on in the present time. And I feel like a lot of you guys, how would I put this? I'll put this like this. A lot of you guys have been superficial in the emotions and in the thought process, and it's time for you to kind of dig a little bit deeper, read in between the lines, and really feel what's going on in these situations. The crow is one of those creatures that can see the past, the present, and the future, and I feel like with this in the upside down or in the reverse, it's not saying that you're not it. It's saying that you can be it, and you can be that crow and turn into that creature that can see the past, present, and the future at the same time to help not just themselves but others as well. Now, I feel that as you learn to do that, and as you learn to get moving towards that, you gain infinite knowledge, and you also have the ability to be able to access that ancient knowledge. But I feel like a lot of you guys are just kind of sitting on it and just viewing things for a second, not really focusing in so much on the issue as much as you're focusing in on the superficial problem. And believe me, the superficial problem is not going to fix whatever it is that's going on in your life right now. You got to read in between the lines, and you also got to trust that intuition that the universe gave us. Now, let's see. You guys have Mercury in your first house, so I feel like you guys are showing people what you care about, but at the same time, um, yeah, I feel that like you guys are expressing what you're caring about, but you're also expressing those things that you really don't care about, or either that or expressing it in your body language, making it very clear to people. But there is something that has to come to death, and I think it's the way of looking at things. There's for some of you cancers, I feel like whatever the charade is that you guys have been like having in your head, it's one of those things that, yeah, sure, it can give you the ability to feel like you're blessed by the universe, to like, because they say ignorance is bliss, right? But you know, being able to see the past and the present and the future, it hinges just on a lot more than like mentalist tricks and stuff like that, right? This is focusing in on the deeper uh, issues of knowing why situations happen, and at the same time, you know who you need to cut off, right? Just and at the same time, you know that whatever's going on is meant for you to connect to unity, to connect to source, and it's one of those energies that you'll feel connected to once you turn your back on something that you need to turn your back on. Let me see. What is this? Hmm. Hmm. Let's see. Let's draw some cards from the tarot and clarify this. Actually, let's draw one card. Let's see what the rest of the cards tell us. You're definitely meant to lead in a group, a blog, a forum, something having to do with technology. Maybe a YouTube channel, maybe a Twitter account. Something you guys have that's connected to society that will have the ability to show, how assertive and how um, not masculine in the sense of like I could beat people up, but masculine in the sense that you can provide for whoever it is that you're caring for, and at the same time, this is hinging upon happiness. Now, um, with the sun coming out, this is good. When you put this shallowness to death, excuse me, what ends up happening is you see the deeper things in life, and this allows you to be able to get a hold of patterns and to see how things really are built in your life. I don't feel like right now you guys have that magician energy to manifest things. Um, okay, but I do have the feeling that you guys will have the ability to at least be happy in the sense that whatever it is that you guys get rid of, you're doing it on an intuitive level. Now, whatever's going on right now is not connected to intuition. It's probably the ego, and that's the reason why you are at a standstill, right? You are at a standstill and unable to make a decision. But look at this: death. Now, death at the bottom, between death with all of these cards right here and the tower. You know, this is telling me that whatever is ending has to end, and um, it's something connected to being defensive and also being unambitious and what else? And just not putting forth the energy that's necessary. Now, laziness, yes, laziness and superficiality. Okay, that's what we got. Laziness and superficiality. You guys gotta drop those. Drop those two things because those are not allowing you to be in the energy that's necessary in order to be able to be able to hold on to anything good. I feel like you guys are it's a necessary need to let go of those things which no longer serve you. And Garima, yes. After I finish this reading, I'll do a quick reading for you. A couple cards. Nothing too expansive. Don't want to make the video too long. But if you want a more in-depth reading, go ahead and contact me afterwards, or go ahead and contact me on my messenger, and I will go ahead and get that done for you right after I do all these readings. So let's see what's going to happen for the future for you guys. And once we figure out what's going to happen, then we can move on to the next sign. All right. Tauran energy. So focusing in on your self-worth, focusing in on these things that make you happy, but also making sure that whatever it is that's going on between you and everybody else, that you let them know that you're being you, that you're being original, that you're being who you need to be. And for the people that don't need to be it or don't like that energy, they don't need to be around it. For some of you cancers who, I don't know, I feel like you guys are just wanting to be happy, but some of you guys may be leaning towards that dark side more than the light side. And intuitively, you guys know. And that's what's blocking you from being able to see the future. So, um, on that note, what's happening with Taurus is it's raising your self worth through your communication and how you put yourself out. You know that Aries type energy, and that's all connected to your 10th house and social uh, situations, how society perceives you, how your group perceives you, and at the same time, these things might hurt, but at the same time, these things are meant to awaken an awareness within you that maybe you didn't have before. So let's see. You guys are definitely going to be going upon Saturn energy, restraint, right? Uh, this is a, how would I say? This is a controlled death, if you will. Um, this requires the mind. It requires you to think. It requires you to be objective, and it requires for you to feel what's going on and the timing that's necessary in order to read in between the lines into situations and, you know, uh, change them in a way that allows you to really bring forth the ability to not just raise your passion and drive to put these things to an end that no longer suit you and to read in between the lines, right? But we're also talking about the energy of being able to fulfill your dreams and just moving one step closer towards your dreams. Of course, that decision is up to you and up to you alone. All right. So we got a 1, a 4, and a 5, a little bit of a 3. Changes, taking action, and building that stability for yourself. Now, um, when it comes to you, Cancer, these changes are happening to build you peace. But so long as you try to hold on to the same thing that maybe you've held on to before, what ends up happening is you don't have the ability to make the proper changes or to communicate whatever needs to be communicated. But I feel that so long as you move forward and allow your happiness to guide you, and allow your ability to put things that are necessary to death in order to be able to concentrate on the uh, the deeper meanings of things, then you'll have the ability to bring that change about and to allow yourself to move forward in a better light. All right. So, Garima, I will contact you soon unless you keep going through these videos. But um, I figured that you got into the video that you needed to get into. I will contact you again in order to be able to do a video for you. And for everybody else on YouTube and on Facebook, thank you for joining. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, all of that. I will go ahead and see you on this next video. And just give me a second because I have to charge my phone some more. But hopefully that information was useful for you, and I hope that you can take it and use it for your advantage. So, with that being said, you guys have a good night or good morning, depending on where you are in the world, and I will see you in the next video.